Hey y'all, this is Guab, and this is going to be episode 1 for our EA Ulm game, Pretender Design. And we are playing a 16 player multiplayer game for early age Ulm. And yeah, I mean, I will be like releasing releasing episodes about the game and stuff. Probably like 12 to 18 turns behind. Hopefully that won't be enough to troll me, but maybe it will be. Anyway, I'll go over the nations really quick. So we have Yomi, Machaka, Agartha, Pelagia, Niflheim, Pangea, Muspelheim, Tianchi, Helheim, Lanka, Pyrene, Kalasa, Formoria, and Zabalba. So we have all the giant nations, except no, we have Yomi. Yeah, so we have all the giant nations in our game. And then we have a couple other, like, more annoying nations. We have one underwater nation, so we just need to take that into account when we are designing our god. Oh, sorry, I still have one age turned on. I was doing some fun single player stuff earlier. So early ages, so there's a couple different options for what kind of stuff we can do. You know, we can do the standard kind of just like, oh, let me press tab. We can do like kind of standard full scales. We could do like imprisoned Dayu of Thunder. Honestly, yeah, imprisoned Dayu of Thunder. We could do like this. Throw this one to cold. And hey, we could get, like a decent a decentish bless, and having having 5 air brings us into high air, high water, high fire. Like, that's not bad. He can cloud trapeze around. Dayu Thunders is a decent chassis, and having the extra order and turmoil. Having the extra order and turmoil can be like really nice. We could do something like that. Actually, I like that. Anyway, so like this could be a chassis we could do. This is definitely like running scales. The blast we could even just do like. It'd be hilarious if we did heat aura, but like we could just do. We could. Honestly, I'd probably actually just go resists, because we can go shock resistance twice, and fire resistance. Anyway, like we could easily figure something out, and like that wouldn't be bad. We would focus on like expanding well with our scales troops, especially steel maidens that are high recruitment point intensive, and then we'd be like really focused on doing like forest recruitment and stuff, and just kind of running over our first opponent and stuff like that. So Dayu, not a bad choice. Another option that we can do is actually, who's like a super cheap? He's not I mean, honestly, a Great Stag maybe can expand. He's recuperation. We could do a really cheap. Scales expander. With something like this, running him awake. Fuck yeah! Actually, those are amazing scales for. Yeah, we could. We could run a really cheap awake expander with this. We just make sure we go like Mistform, Bark Skin, and like have personal regen up on him. It would be a little bit sketch, because his protection would only be 12, and Mistform would be pretty high. I mean, we would need to make sure we have Evo 2 so we can Shockwave and stuff like that. So maybe this isn't necessarily the best chassis. We could. Dude, I just don't like how expensive Son of Fenrir is. Oh, Celestial Griffin. You can expand with Celestial Griffin. You just go Mist Form, and you just go Evo 2. So you go Evo 2, Alt 2. You have okay protection, but you have fear and you have flying. So, and you also have a bunch of attacks. So you can route opponent's troops really quickly with him. Probably 5. Yeah, probably something like this. And we can just go like shock resistance twice or whatever. And this helps break us into high air. So, we can do like an awake scales or expander. This would just really help us like jumpstart our economy. you know, like kind of for the same goal, except we would be getting up labs and temples earlier, so we could get mages online earlier. And this guy would also be really useful in our first war, because he can fly to opponents' backlines and like assassinate mages, and he's just, you know, he has pretty big movement. Once we get enchantment 4, he can cloud your piece. You know, he becomes a lot less useful later, but like, you know, that's not what we need him for. You know, we need him for doing fun stuff. And so like those are like those two ideas are kind of probably what are like the most normal. This is an idea that someone else had that is really good, and that's running the idle sorcery, which idle sorcery is a phenomenal chassis, mostly because you can get high astral, high death, and so like that's really good. But you can do something like this. You can go like strong blood, undying, 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 and then you can also go like blood surge and you know, a little bit of other stuff, and you can. It's really easy to get high dominion, and you could run a bless like this on your dudes, and this actually makes your steel warriors super effective. You know, our shaman don't actually have that high of research. They're only 7. And that's because they're inept researchers, and so like having magic 3 is really valuable. This is very good. Scales really well into the late game. You know, we can always bump these up higher by taking lower scales. You know, like it's not bad for us to take productivity 1 because most of the time we're gonna be more resources like intensive. So like we could do something like this. This bumps us up into being able to forge Ring of Sorcery, Ring of Wizardry, except for Inept Smith. So can he wear a hat? No, he can't. Yeah, we can still forge Ring of Sorcery, Ring of Wizardry if we get our Earth Astral hero. And so, like, this is an amazing pretender. I am pretty convinced that this is kind of the best thing you can do. It just opens up a lot of really good options early. Steel Warriors become highly efficient because, hey, they have 15 HP, but we add another 10 HP on them thanks to all the Undying, and the Blood Surge is really good on them. And Strong Blood even adds 1. Strong Blood even adds... Oh, sorry, not Strong Blood. Man, everyone's probably been saying I'm an idiot this entire time. Enchanted Blood. Enchanted Blood gives them a little bit of regeneration. Anyway, so, like, this turns your Sacreds into an powerful expansion tool. It scales really well. Late game, it gives us 3 paths that we don't really have, which is Astral Death. We don't have High Death. And Blood. Super phenomenal. Oh, and it also gives us Glamour. So, like, the only path that we can't get high in that we're missing is Air. So, this patches, you know, 4 of our 5 holes. Phenomenal. Really good. Can't say this enough. That might actually be the best god that you can possibly play for Ulm. But I'm not necessarily playing for the best possible god. I am. I am playing for fun. And this kind of bites me in the ass. I'm in my first war right now. I chose a poor target, but I kind of was forced to choose them. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. It's by no means decided. Anyway, so this is what I am going to choose, and I'm going to go with Demi-Lich because I really want to play a game with Reanimators. And you might be like, Reanimators are shit. Why on earth are you doing that? And I promise you that there's a good reason. And the main reason is because Ulm actually has a wide variety of evos that they can do really early on into the game that are surprisingly effective, and just the fact that we have such a wide variety of paths means that it's really hard to, like, no one's going to be running you know, fire, cold, and shock resistance these days, like, not really. And so, like, a lot of our early evos can be, like, really effective. We can even rain them into paths for acid bolt and magma bolts and, like, a lot of other things that are really effective. So our early evos can actually help us, and because of our forts and temples and our foreign recruit mages, we can actually get on a lot more mages than our opponents really early on. And so, like, that's kind of my goal, is to... We can foreign recruit troops, we can foreign recruit mages. We're just going to use them to kind of run over the opponents in the early game. And My goal is going to be kind of pick on a Scales Nation, and that way Reanimators has like the most bonus possible, and so like it's not going to be bad in the early game. But once we get through the early game, we can actually go up Evo. Sorry, yeah, we can go up Evocation and get up to Evo 7, and we can actually cast a whole bunch of battlefield wipes. Sorry, not Winds of Death. Yeah, we can cast Rain of Stones, we can cast Acid Storm, and we can cast Firestorm, and we can cast all of those pretty easily, actually. We'll just need we just need 2 boosters for Firestorm, 2 boosters for Acid Storm, and we don't even need any boosters for Rain of Stones. Like, these are 3 that we can cast really easily, and so that means with Reanimators, we can set up really effective traps. Because it's just like, hey, someone thinks they're coming in to kill our army, but hey, no, we're actually casting Rain of Stones, and then Reanimators is actually reanimating undead troops all over the battlefield, and so it makes it really hard for your opponents to attack you. Also, with our god kind of being at how he is, we want to set him up so that he can cast some other important evos for us, but really important one is Gifts from Heaven. We can teleport our god in, and then he can spam cast Gifts of Heaven. And just with the Lich doing some testing, you can have him wipe several hundred large armies just at Evo 5, just with Gift of Heaven spam, because your opponents just don't advance because they're forever stuck on the little skellies. And I haven't confirmed this. I think that you have a slight chance with Reanimators to reanimate Ulm's special undead instead of normal undead. I believe that that's the case, but I believe it's a low chance. So anyway, we're going to be going with something like this. We can only do Growth 1. And I'm going to do Endowment because we want Reanimators to come online pretty quickly. But as you can see, Bless Points get used up pretty quickly, and it costs 20 points to add a path, which is honestly why the Lich is a great pretender. A lot of people don't like the Demi-Lich, but Demi-Lich is phenomenal as long as you have a way to magic face him around. He's basically a rainbow, but a high Dominion rainbow. So we have Reanimators. Sorry, let's get Reanimators back up. So we have Reanimators. We're going to have Astral because we want to cloud trapeze around. We're going to have Earth. This way we can forge, communion matrices, golems, and a lot of other stuff that is really valuable to us. So, like, this is an important cross path. Do I need... I don't think I need blood for anything. Yeah, what was I going to do with that? Blood isn't a nice cross path for us, but it's not necessarily something we can super afford. So we can go, like, Revig 2. We still have 96 points left. So, like, let's kind of look at this. It'd be really nice if we could cast Wailing Winds, and it'd be really nice if we could cast Winds of Death. And it's also hard for us to make use of all of our air gems that we have. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take a couple points in air. This will enable us to use Conjuration to summon Draconians, which is a super efficient gem spell because they can summon more Draconians as flying. It will synergize really well with our Evos because we can distract the opponents, dropping them in the back line and still do Evos. Actually, we can do something like... we probably want more than 4. 5. I don't actually remember. 4? No. I mean, actually, getting up to 5 would be nice, but I don't think that we can. Fiddle with things a little bit more. No, that's already not favored. That's already thrown. It feels bad to leave 15 points on the table. What if we go Earth 3? Okay, I like that, actually. Higher Astral is better. We can still do Summon Earth Power, then Gifts of the Heaven. That's not that bad. Yeah, I like this. I think this is really close to what we ran. And then we can do Precision 3. And actually, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do Farcaster and Precision 3. Yeah, we're going to do this. I mean, this will make all of our Evos reach further, and kind of our entire thing is Evos, so might as well just, like, go all in for a penny, in for a pound. That's what they say. Yeah, but, like, basically our main goal with this kind of Pretender is we're going to be relying on the strength of Ulm early on to kind of just, like, run over everyone and forward recruit and everything else. And then we're going to be kind of scaling by just running up evocation, and no one is going to expect, unless they watch my videos, that I am just running straight up evocation, so that I can do stuff like magma eruption or flame eruption or, you know, like wrathful skies. Can I gem into wrathful skies? No, I can't. Sorry, but like, no one is going to expect me to run up evocation and be casting acid storm and firestorm and rain of stones. Like, once they encounter it, like, they will, but like, it just gives Ulm kind of unprecedented flexibility in kind of how we behave throughout the game. So, like, yeah, that seems like a really good idea. And with doing this, I'll give a little bit of spoilers. With doing this, expansion is kind of dreamy, but I picked a war that I shouldn't have for the first war. And I also made some other mistakes. Like, I am still in a neutral position, but if I'm not careful, I'll be run over pretty soon. I guess I'll spoiler. Might as well. I'm fighting Muspelheim, and Muspelheim, I tanked him before I saw what his bless was, and he's going quickness giants. And it just mulches a little bit more than I was expecting. Not to mention the increased map move that I wasn't anticipating. But I kind of had to. He expanded aggressively, and I got favorable borders everywhere else. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Peace, and look forward to the rest of the series. Should have the next video coming out soon, and that'll be turns 1 through 6, it should. Anyway, have a great weekend.